All right, welcome everybody. Anybody watching on the replay? As always, thanks for watching. It's been a while since I went live. I've been meaning to go live forever, and I keep trying to set it up, and then I keep just things getting in the way. What's today? Today's October 17th, 6:40 p.m. So I figured I'd go early, so I don't get too tired. Let me see what's going on here. Here in Pennsylvania, it's starting to get cold. We got a little cold spell going on. So as you've seen in a recent video of mine, I went over to the dark side a little bit, just to feed a couple colonies, just for the hell of it. I don't think any of them are going to live. They were too late swarms, late cutout, and then we got hit with really bad weather, long stretch of bad weather at the wrong time. I think it really stunted them and just set them back even further back than they already were set back. Tonight, so anyway, to continue with that, I've just been doing some just little syrup bags. I used a brand name syrup bag, which worked really well. I'm using some brand name, what do you call them? Like fondant. They're eating them. They're eating them pretty well, but I'll see what happens. See what happens if they can put them away. Worst case, they'll just become feeders for the other ones. Hey, there's Adrian. Long time no see. How you doing? Let me see. What the heck else am I doing? Oh, so maybe from the thumbnail, you can already tell who I'm talking about. You don't even really have to think about it. As soon as you see two clowns, you already know who I'm talking about. I'll get to them in a minute. I got them queued up. If anybody knows, you can put it in the comments. See if you're right. But if you're talking about two of the biggest clowns, it's pretty obvious. Somebody told me stop drinking beer while I'm going live, and that I should also shave because I look like a homeless hobo. But hey, I just don't feel like it. You just remind me. Thank you. Adrian's always reminding me, even though she hasn't been here a long time. You remind me, yeah. So I did have this real piece of shit, and we'll actually get to him later. He doesn't deserve the the top spot. But yeah, so that clown, he's actually been on my show before. We're talking about Paul Dime a Dozen Dozen, just a piece of shit bigot from Canada. Something about Canadians, Canadian beekeepers. Not a big fan of any of them, but definitely not a big fan of his. And yeah, so he wanted to come on and put me in my place and tell me what an idiot I am about for treatment-free beekeeping and all that. And as usual, they just wimp out, totally chicken out like a coward, tail between the legs. So that's Paul Dozen and pretty much anybody. None of them will come on here. And yeah, so I do have a post on my Swarmstead Bees Facebook page, which is also, I hit 55,000 followers on there. That's pretty cool. That's all like in a year. I've had that page for like, I don't know, 8 or 9 years, but I think up to about a year ago, I think I only had 500 followers. So my Facebook people, my Facebook family over there is really killing it. YouTube, my YouTube channel is totally screwed up. The analytics are all messed up. A couple weeks ago, I got 5,000 subscribers in one day, and then they all fell off. And then I got 2 days later, I got 4,000, 3,000 again. I was way up at like 35,000 subscribers. And then they all just fell off. So I don't know what the hell is going on. Somebody's playing around buying subscribers and like trying to sabotage my channel. I don't know. I got in touch with YouTube. They just said sometimes that happens. And I'm like, but I don't know how it could happen because my views were just still the same, which isn't really very high, pretty low, but whatever. I don't really care. I'm really loving Facebook, and they're doing really good for me. But yeah, the not oh, hold on. Okay, so with Paul, dime a dozen does, and I'm not even gonna talk about that. That's a whole separate thing. That's yeah. I'll talk about that's other stuff. But just for the hell of it, hey Rodney, what's up? Um, so I'm gonna dive into two of the biggest clowns on YouTube. I've talked about them many times. Of course, it's Fitbit beekeeping. That's what I call them, Fitbit beekeeping, but it's BeFit beekeeping. I've talked about them many times a while ago. Then I just got kind of just sick of talking about them because it's like they're just so terrible. They're just such a train wreck. I can't look away. Like I can't. They're like a terrible car accident of just ignorance, uh, stupidity. I'm trying to be nice. Like that's me being nice. They're really bad, and I don't like to make fun of people who just don't know what they're doing because everybody has to learn. But these two goofs, they took a position of like some type of professors of beekeeping. Decide they're going to do we're going to show you how to do this and that, and 5 best ways of doing this, and all these stupid YouTube bee type teaching, like a stupid teaching channel. And even the ones who really know what they're doing, I can't even watch those. But this one's really bad because they just don't know what the fuck they're doing. It's just embarrassing. So I was kind of like just not really paying attention to them. I still watch the videos and cringe. I'm just like, wow, this is so terrible. and I would leave a comment. I'm not always so mean, just like, what are you doing? But then a couple weeks ago, they make a video, which I'm gonna play this clip, and they mention my name. So they're like, "Are you fucking nuts? Are you like summoning me?" And that's just, hey, if you want to, I mean, you can summon me, and they did, and I'm about to play it. What's up, Sircan? So they summoned me. So then now I'm gonna do this in this video. Let's play this little clip just so you know I'm not full of shit. And keep in mind that this turd, the guy, I'm trying to be more specific. This turd guy here, he's saying, "Oh, I love you, I miss you," talking about me. But his girlfriend reported my video and tried to get it taken down. So they need to make up their mind. Do they want me to point out how fucking stupid they can be, or what do they want to do? They want to keep reporting my videos. It didn't work. YouTube told them to go somewhere. But let's play this clip because this whole video is funny, but this clip in particular.
I went ahead and treated them, even though it's a little late in the season, but yeah, the honey over there tastes more acidic than the honey in here. I will say that.
I didn't try it because...
Is there a window? Do you think is there like a window of when you, like, do you need to leave the honey on a certain amount of time? Because these hives have had formic on them, but it was 2 months ago.
Trying to pause this thing. Damn, that thing was getting on my nerves there. So I backed up a little bit too far. But what this goofball is about to say is something about how he doesn't treat, and then he kind of treated. He maybe one time he treated back then. He can't keep his shit straight, dude. And I don't really care. You treat your bees all you want. I don't care. Just stop being a liar. Like stop. It's one thing to collapse under cross-examination by someone else, but it's another thing to collapse under your own questioning yourself. It's cringy and it's embarrassing. But let me just continue this. It's about to happen here.
I usually don't eat the honey that's ever been treated, but I've never treated really.
I don't want to zip that up or they're gonna get you.
Like I said, I treated the one little time with the 20 nuke experiment. the one time in like year 2 or whatever. I don't know, Stormstead, you tell me. You're my biggest hater, and I love you for it. I miss you when you don't hate on me.
No, we haven't heard from you in a while.
No, where have you been, bro? Like, hate on me. What was it that said on your channel? Monetize the haters?
So I mean, there you heard it. That's just weird. They're literally telling me to, they want me to talk about them. I don't care. I mean, I don't care. It's just, I think it's funny to report someone's videos and then say, "Oh, talk about me." It's just strange. I don't know if he says anything more. Let's see.
I would say these are all looking pretty good, though. We even have some bearding going on out here in front of this one. Not anything substantial, but a little bit.
Hold on.
Yeah, so then from there, I mean, what's up, Carl? How you doing? From there, this jackass goes out and gets stung in the face and dances around like a little bitch. It's kind of funny, and then not really much. So the whole gist of this video is they don't know what to do about this comb under their lid. They don't know what to do. They're like asking these professors of beekeeping, these fucking teachers are coming on here and asking, "What do we do about comb under the lid?" And the only reason they have this problem of comb under the lid is because all this equipment is just secondhand bought from some commercial beekeepers. It just came off a truck. I don't know who wrote them a check and said, "Here, buy yourself, 10 or 20 pollination hives." But they bought all this totally just crap equipment, which I got crap equipment too. It's not a big deal, but how do you beekeep for so long and not know that they're going to build that comb under the lid without, with that kind of bee space? That's like beekeeping 101. Get out of here with that bullshit. Adrian's talking about that time when she got stung. Oh my God, that was so funny. That's one of my favorite texts ever. I think I have that made me laugh so bad because it's only a couple words, but it's just so funny how she got stung and she was so mad. So there you go. There's the proof that they did summon me. Okay, so don't anybody in my comment section get on my nerves and tell me about, "Oh, stop whatever the hell picking on people." So then after this video was a few weeks ago. I didn't even do anything right away. Wait, hold on. What the heck's that? Okay. So let me show you what came after a little bit after this. It's kind of funny. Let's go back to their channel here. And they have a short, right? Wait till you see this short video. Talk about being a liar and a total fraud. Which one is it? Is it this one? It's probably this one. Let me see what the screen looks like. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to play this one and just pay attention to this. See if you see the same thing I see.
Hi. Hey guys, my name is Emily. I'm a beekeeper, and I just learned a fun fact today that absolutely blew my mind. So I already knew that bees are super important for our environment, but I didn't actually realize how important.
It's not working for some reason. It's not like. Hold on, let me see if I can try that again. First of all, it didn't even play the one that I clicked on. That one's wrong anyway. The information is wrong. This is the one here I want to play. So let's see if it works.
Hi.
Nope.
Hey guys, my name is Emily. I'm a beekeeper, and I just learned a fun fact today that absolutely. Hi, my name is Emily. I am.
Okay.
Just now finishing up my 5th year as a beekeeper in southern Michigan. When I first started. But today is finally the day.
That's crazy. That's beautiful.
This is what you'll.
But today is finally.
Yeah, it's screwing up here.
This year, Casey and I have been going all in on breeding a bee that is resilient to mites and can also survive winter in a.
No.
But today is finally the day.
Yeah, forget it. I'm totally crashing here.
That's crazy. That's beautiful.
This is what you'll get.
Anyway, so there's a short video where she says something like, "I started with just 2 hives, but now I have over 200. And she shows a actual pollination truck, like a freaking, what do you call it? A tractor trailer full of bees, like 6 pallets high, and like it makes it look like that's their bees, like they're sending that many bees around. It's a total scam. You know what? Maybe it'll be better on my phone. Make sure I got. Nah, I'm not gonna even go through all that. You can go over and watch it. I'll send them some traffic with my so many views. So let me see. Adrian said it's weird when she was talking about Formic that they had on a couple months ago, and then he says he doesn't really treat. Well, that's the funny thing about this channel, because like I've said before on previous videos, just to remind people who maybe didn't see it, when I heard that this lady was like had a channel and she was talking about treatment-free beekeeping, like way at the beginning, I was like, oh, cool. Okay, cool. We need more treatment-free beekeeping channels. And then I quickly realized that she didn't know what the hell she was talking about. She's just terrible. So then I started like, that was when I did a couple of videos talking about what is this person talking about. She doesn't know what treatment-free means. She doesn't even know how to keep. She doesn't even know terminology about bees. She's just really shouldn't. I don't want to say she shouldn't have a channel. Anybody with a phone can be a YouTuber, I guess. Like, that's fine if you want to have a YouTube channel, but I thought it was weird that she can never just make a video saying, you know, hey, I'm gonna do this thing today, and just here, watch me do it. No, it's always got to be this really like teaching moment. But this is nothing. What I've showed so far is totally nothing. You are not gonna believe the most recent video is hysterical. Okay, I'm not gonna play around with this stupid short video anymore. And the cool thing is, people in the comments were so kind as to timestamp. I mean, I did, but so did the other person. So did another person. They timestamped how ridiculous this video is. It's gonna be. Let me pause this. Hold on, I'm gonna blow it up. Hold on. Let me go down to the comments to find this timestamp here. So here's the title. Harvesting over 1,200 pounds of honey with a treatment-free beekeeper. I don't know why she puts that in the comment, in the title. The guy quickly makes it clear he's not a treatment-free beekeeper. He's putting actual antibiotics in the hive. So that's like so far out that yeah, there's no way that would you would call that a treatment-free beekeeper. The funny thing about this video is this dude is totally annoyed by her. Like, he must have been like, okay, yeah, you can come film a little bit, just like help me out. And she probably was like, yeah, I'll help you do this and that. And all she did was just constantly filming this dude while he's trying to actually do work. And wait till you see the look on his face when she's trying to be all bubbly and goofy in his face. Let me find this timestamp. I'll never forget this. It's that funny. Okay, so it's at 5:18 or 6:18.
Those high pheromones in there, and then to reduce it down to 1, they'll think she's not adequate. I'm guessing that's why.
Look at this dude's face. So she's. Let me back that up a couple seconds. Because she's trying to talk to a dude who's been keeping bees for, I think, 30 years, this guy. And here's this goofball.
Guess that makes sense too, with because they had all those high pheromones in there, and then to reduce it down to 1, they'll think she's not adequate. I'm guessing that's why, at least.
What?
Okay, you wanna
like fucking do something?
Yep.
Oh my god, you can't make that up, man. You can't make that shit is hilarious. And that's not the only time. Somebody else put a timestamp in there. Let's look at his timestamp, because that's funny. Sorry, man, that's funny. How do I make this smaller here? I couldn't have somebody on my yard doing that. I'd be like, what are you doing? Like, either be quiet or like just, oh, hell no. Oh, so this guy, timestamp 32 seconds. It happens again at 32 seconds all the way at the beginning. All right, let's go to 32 seconds because I don't remember that. Let's go all the way back here. 32 seconds. Oh, man. Okay, let's go to 27. We'll play it. So here he is. He's getting ready to lower his thing here.
And is this how we're going to lift them up too? Once we put the supers on? Yeah. That way we're not breaking our backs.
No, it's not that bad. She's just too chatty. This dude just ain't a chatter, man. Well, imagine this. He's trying to do some work. Stand in the back and film him. Oh,
I scraped the inner covers.
Okay. Easy way to get some extra wax.
Yeah. Dump it in the barrel and it ends up at Delkis.
I don't know. That's not that bad, but holy crap. Yeah, I'm trying to think. There was some other crap on this crappy channel. Let me see. What other videos was there? Oh, I didn't even watch that one. You can see it only has a little bit of talking about how to overwinter successfully. Did they overwinter anything successfully? I don't know. I don't know. But let me get rid of this. I mean, I don't know. That first clip was just hilarious. He just had no patience for this individual. Let me see who else is in here. If you're in here, say what's up. Don't be sitting back there hiding. Why did they report me? I don't know. I forget what video it was. It was a while back. I played a couple clips just like I do all the time, and she tried to get me for something. I don't know what it was. Copyright or something. It didn't work. As long as you're transforming the content, which is what I'm doing. I'm transforming this shit right here. I'm talking about it. I'm not just playing it and saying, hey, let's watch this channel or let's watch this video. What's up, Tim? How you doing? Long time no see. What's up, Richard Quinn? Man, that name looks familiar. Richard Quinn. Why does that look familiar? Maybe somebody from one of my Yellow Jacket videos. Let me see. What the heck else was there even to talk about? There was that. Hold on. Still around. Yeah, there was that, man. I swear there was a lot more stuff. Oh, so I do have emails, some questions in an email from somebody who won't be named right now. But I don't want to. Yes, this is like an old family reunion in here. I think about that sometimes. Like, where are all those other channels at? We used to all get together. And some of them used to be little, and now they're so big now they don't even know anybody anymore. It's weird. I don't really follow too many of them anymore. But let's look at a couple questions. I really just got to go live more often so I can, because there's just so much material out there, so much like stuff I could have talked about weeks ago, but now I forgot. Like some of the channels I just get blocked on. Like I saw that the stream team was live. I don't know if it was last night or the night before. they still come in my feed. I go in. I didn't ever start any trouble in there. I just always say, "Hey, what's up, everybody?" And as soon as I go in, my comment just boop, just disappears. I'm like, wow, what a. And that so far it seems to only be on Greg, what's his name's channel, Nature's whatever. He's got me blocked like a bitch. I don't know why. I think the other ones. Might not have me blocked yet. So yeah, I'm not really a superstar yet. I just had a couple viral shorts. That's all it was. It's not because I have like great videos or anything. I mean, my videos, in my opinion, are pretty great, but a couple viral shorts. That's all. That's all it took to make this channel get so many. So now it actually backfired real bad because now if I post something and 29,000 people don't look at it, it really looks bad on my analytics. So it's like a weird like bad thing that happens with a viral video. Sorry, Richard Quinn. I know there was somebody with the last name Quinn on one of my videos I was talking to. We were just busting each other, we were just busting each other's butt. That's all. It could have been a totally other Quinn, but let me see. So now I'll get serious. I'll do like serious beekeeping talk instead of just clowning jack off beekeepers. So not to say that this person isn't a jack off beekeeper, but here I will answer one of my favorite questions. How many swarms did I get? How many swarms caught this year? And I can confidently tell you that I have no idea. I would have to guess somewhere in like the 30s to 40s. Nothing like it used to be where I would get 60, 80, 100. It's not like that anymore. There's so many people out there like doing bees now, ruining everything. That I don't know. I think they just have a lot of other people to call, but it's totally fine because it's still nice. It's still good. I still have too many. I don't know. I'm in the 70-ish range of beehives, total. And I really don't need that many. Like I was said at the beginning, before everybody got here, I'm feeding 6 colonies, I think, total. I have 3 swarms, 1 cutout, and 2 that were colonies that swarmed late. So they're all very light. But the other 60 something, 65, 64, they're so heavy. They're like, I reach under them, I grab them, I start to lift, and I'll only lift so far. And then I'm like, I'm not going to lift anymore because it's not coming up. It's that heavy. So those, they're all doing great. I don't need that many bees, but I'll take them. Yeah, my biggest year ever was, during the big thing that happened. That was 2020. That's when I got 145, I think it was. It was just 7 or 8 a day, every day for a long time. I don't know. And then that was just insane. First time I ever caught your live stuff, gave you a hard time about busting on that fitness beaker. Oh, thank goodness. Whew, thank goodness. Yeah, so I do. Yeah, I did. Like I said, everybody learns at a different pace and stuff, and I'm still learning a lot of stuff. I bombed and killed a ton of bees, but there's no excuse for not knowing anything and acting like you know everything, especially when people try to point it out. And if you look at those videos, seriously, go look at those videos. See how many comments are replied to. Like, just do it. Don't do it right now because you're watching me, damn it. But remember, like, I'm going to go check out that bee fit. And you could even leave a comment saying, why don't you reply to any comments? What kind of loser makes a video, takes all the time to edit and post a video, and then doesn't even interact with their community? That's some bullshit. Tim got to pull his fall honey. Just got her first frost. Yeah, we got one. We got one too. Let me see. How many frames of bees was my smallest winter survival hive? Ever? If you mean ever, 3 frames was my smallest ever colony to go through winter. That was in 2016, and I still have those bees. I will still have descendants of those bees. Those are my favorite bees. They were on 3 frames. That was back when I was still feeding a lot, so I was feeding them, but they were in like a little wooden nuke box, and I wrapped it with all this stuff, and I put all this shit around. It looked like it didn't even look like a beehive. It looked like a giant pile of trash because I had so much stuff wrapped around it, on top of it, under it, and those were from a fallen tree by the power plant, in 2016. And I still have those. They're descendants. They're my favorite bees. So they're like almost 9-year line of bees. Sometimes still get some views on your bee vids. That's cool. Oh, that's right. So you guys have the hurricanes. Yeah. So here, let me just we'll keep chatting, keep throwing me up some questions, but let me answer for one particular person, or maybe some people who it annoys me when people. It's fine if you treat your bees, like I say 1,000 times, I don't care. Treat your bees, have fun. Don't let me influence you either way. I'm just here if somebody wants to like see an example of someone who does it, or who might have a question that I can answer. Great. But what fucking annoys the shit out of me is people who are never going to be a treatment-free beekeeper. They're just lifelong treaters, and just want to like constantly try to hit me with gotchas and stuff. And it's impossible to get me with a gotcha because you'll see it's just impossible. So this guy says, I've been going over some of your live streams, and the topic of susceptibility always keeps coming up as a reason for why colonies are continuing to die from varroa mites. Okay, I'll take your word for that. So here's these propositions. He's going to give me these, what do you call them? Hypothetical situations, and what, I don't know. And then hit me with a long-ass question. But number one, if everyone in North America were to stop treating for varroa today, would there always be susceptible colonies that perish from mites? So what do people think? If everybody stopped treating, would bees still die from it? If everybody died, first of all, for the first few years, yeah, big time. All the weakest, most susceptible, most totally helpless bees that are kept alive. First of all, this is hypothetical. It'll never happen. So keep that in mind too. You got to keep a lot of dumb shit in mind. So we're going through like a scenario where like just people were wiped out. People didn't exist anymore. Yeah, a whole ton of bees would die, but they wouldn't all die. Like probably, I don't know, maybe 80% would die, just because that's how many, totally genetically crap bees are out there. And then this is just how simple 9th grade, 8th grade biology selection works. Those few that are left have no competition for food and water or anything anymore, because 80% of their population, of their competitors and their own species, are now gone. So it's like if you have 100 people at a buffet and then you kick 80 of them out. Now I don't got to worry about them running out of anything. I got everything. I can absolutely explode as a big old fat ball of lard. So that would happen several times. And then till there's eventually basically almost no effect. Just like the same thing would happen with tracheal mites or hive beetles in a lot of places. Hive beetle, people forget. A lot of you beekeepers didn't start beekeeping until like the late teens or 20s. And even me, I'm a late starter. But there was a time before I started beekeeping where beetles just killed everything. They killed everything. What's up, Chris? How you doing? Hello, Nelson Samos. How you doing? So long story short, would there still be susceptible? Yeah, a few here and there. But it would be just a small amount. It would be a relatively small amount, and that's because selection never stops. It never stops. So we have, for example, these small spotted lantern flies. There were billions and trillions of them everywhere. They had no competition. Nothing was eating them. Now things are eating them and killing them, and all kinds of things are affecting them to where, in some places like my house, you barely see any anymore. Whereas in other towns across, further away, they still might have a whole bunch of them. It's like saying, are they ever going to be totally gone? No, you're still going to occasionally see them. That's just how nature works. I don't know how people don't get that, but I'm trying to say it in a simple way. Yeah, there would still be some susceptibility, but we'd already be moved on to the next pest, like some other thing, maybe like giant hornets or something, or some other thing that we never even heard of. Short answer is yes. Yes, there would still be some. So here's the dumb part. Like people say, there's no such thing as a dumb question. Yeah, there is. Take it easy, Carl. He goes, so if this is the case, we'd be better off if. Hold on. Why would we be better off if susceptibility exists regardless of whether we treat or not? We would be better off because susceptibility would be relatively rare in comparison to today. Like it would be just not a big thing. Yeah, that'd be better off. Who wouldn't think it's better off to not go through all that excruciating treating and just testing and retreating and crying and buying bees and all that stuff over and over again? Yeah, I'd be better off. Like I'm already doing that, so it's hard for me to put myself in an imaginary bad position like this guy does, like a lot of people do. Continuing this logic, what is wrong with treating susceptible colonies if they're just part and parcel of selection? So the question is loaded. If you want to treat your bees, I'm not here to tell you what's wrong or right for your situation. Do whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do is right. All I can tell you is that treating affects selection in a negative way. So what's wrong with it? There's nothing wrong with it, but the first part of the question is never going to happen if people continue to treat. So then we go back to reality. People are always going to continue to treat. So I don't know why they keep making up these imaginary situations. 2, since we stopped treating for tracheal mites well over however many years ago, 30 years ago, are colonies still perishing from tracheal mites? If so, can you prove it? No, because I don't really give a shit. I don't treat for tracheal mites. It would be ludicrous to say that some colonies somewhere don't occasionally still die from tracheal mites in some way, because they're not extinct. There's no information I've ever heard of that said, hey everybody, guess what? Tracheal mites are now extinct. So that would be the only way that nothing would ever die from them. They have to still live. They have to still be in the bees somewhere, but the bees have just not learned, but they've been selected that they can deal with living with them. And they must have some type of, relationship where they just aren't killing each other. Can I prove that colonies are still dying? I don't know. I probably could if I wanted to go around and do get under the microscope with hundreds of colonies that died and squish them up and look for the mites or look for them in whatever, and then decide or determine that they died from that. But it's like not comparing similar things. I think that the bees became pretty much tolerant of tracheal mites faster than people could come up with a treatment that worked. Unlike with varroa mites, it's backwards. Like people just keep coming up with treatments that quote unquote work, and the mites just keep becoming resistant to them, and you got to come up with something else. And so far, the oxalic acids and stuff, they seem to be the one that's taken a while for the mites to become resistant to, but not in my opinion, because people used to use it once a year, and then twice a year, and then 3 times a year. But now, go forward 5 measly little years, maybe 6, and now they're doing it 7 times, 3 days apart, 4 separate times per year. So any dummy who sits back and says, well, they're not becoming resistant. Well, then why aren't you treating them once a year instead of a total of 28 times each colony per year? Yeah, those two things don't go together. That's not. You have to be totally ignorant in science, and just entomology and any type of just. You'd have to have no almost negative knowledge in bugs. So I don't know if I read all this whole thing. Those 3 questions were really easy to answer, like totally easy. They're not stumpers. They're not gotchas. These are actually the only ones that are answerable, because usually the other questions are so long, so winding. You're just going all over, and all these. The questions just get loaded and loaded with more and more nonsense. That by the time you get to the end of the question, you're like, I don't even know what the fuck this dude's asking about. I just totally forgot what he was talking about. But I'll just continue this last paragraph. Every researcher that I've ever corresponded with regarding tracheomites claims that honeybees are no longer dying from tracheomites anymore, as they're resistant towards them. Okay, I mean, let's hear some names. I don't know. According to you, they're still dying from them. Are they still susceptible due to selection? Selection never stops, like I said, all the time. It's just that in selection and in evolution and in every ecosystem, there's arms races between, you just name it, frogs and flies and Thompson's gazelles and cheetahs. They're constantly like testing each other. They're constantly like putting each other through the test. If a frog can't catch enough bugs, it starves because it's too slow, or maybe its tongue is too short, or maybe it doesn't know how to stay near water long enough. Whatever dumb thing it does that causes it to die, it dies. Now, if every time I see a frog out in the middle of the street, far away from water, I save it and bring it in and put I keep it alive. Now that frog is going to go mate with some other frog and just put out these crappy genetics. If every time a predator catches a prey, and I decide, let me go capture this coyote with a rabbit in its mouth, scare the coyote away, keep the rabbit alive, treat it, keep it alive, and something about that rabbit got itself caught. And that's how ecosystems work. Selection never stops. Not all rabbits get eaten. Not all frogs, die. The examples are so ridiculous and numerous that it sounds funny to just throw out any random animal to talk about it. But every animal and plant and every bug, they're all going through constant selection for millions of years. It never stops. So here's Frankie talking about oxalic acid 4 times in every 4 to 5 days, because I don't give a shit about that. I don't give a crap about all those treatments. It's just like, you guys, hey man, have fun with that. Wow, I could never do that. What's up, Pete? How you doing? I didn't even drop an invite link. I got a couple people in here who like to talk. I'll drop it in there if you want to talk. Let's see, copied. All right. Come on in and talk. I don't want to hear about your dog. I don't want to hear about your goddamn cousin, your uncle, none of that shit. You want to come and talk about bees or idiot clown beekeepers? I love talking about those things. Let me see. Was there anything else to that email? Oh yeah, there was a little last part. I think if you're resistant towards something, you're resistant. So this person is trying to box me into claiming that I say that bees are mite resistant. Like I have mite resistant bees and they all live. Never said that. I don't even focus on mites. Mites are like the last thing I think about. The thing that I think about the most is, are my colonies queen right? And do they have enough food to get through winter? I don't even think about mites or beetles or nothing like that. I think, is this one a land worker? Do I have to fix it? Do I have to shake them out? Or what? I don't give a shit about mites. So I would never say something so dumb as my bees are mite resistant. I just say these bees survived with 0 treatments from me. Like that's it. Whatever they did, I don't care what they did. I don't care if they bite mites' legs. I don't care if they maul beetles. I don't care if they're VHS. I could give a shit if they cap and recap. I don't give a crap about none of that shit. Just they need to survive without treatments and they need to produce honey. Like, what the fuck? People are so dumb. They just don't get it. Oh man, great question from Sarkan here. Hold on, it's not coming up. Hold on, what the hell? Are there any other clown beekeepers to watch for a good laugh? See, man, you gotta be careful because, yeah. Well, the short answer, yeah, there's a lot, but none like BeFit beekeeping. There's none that like. There's some that are just maybe they don't know too much what they're talking about, but they don't take a position of I'm your professor here. I'm gonna teach you all these lessons about shit I don't know about. Like in my last video, like Cayman Reynolds or whatever, he's a clown person, but he's a good beekeeper for treaters. Or somebody like Bob Binney or whatever. All those people. To me, the shit they say makes them a clown. Like the way they purposely misunderstand treatment-free beekeeping, or the way they try to purposely misrepresent it, or just be a total prick cuck. Yeah, they're clowns, but they're good beekeepers for. Okay. I don't know what the hell happened there. I've never seen that. So, as I was saying, yeah, there's a lot of clown beekeepers that are just clowns for the things they say, but not because for the same reasons that Fitbit beekeeping is. Damn, there was something I was gonna say, man, it just left me. Oh, so I was saying about beekeepers that I just put out a bit, like ran them off of YouTube, like Hillbilly Beekeeping. Ran that clown off of YouTube. He couldn't deal with me talking about him. He's out of here. Baddest Bees. There was one that like we were cool. Then he started trying to get on my nerves, talking shit about me. Ran his ass off because I just kept talking about his videos were. It's weird because he actually wasn't a bad beekeeper. He just took it a little too far sometimes. Ran his ass out of here. Who's that other one? Houston Shelton. These people all made videos about me first. Like, that's the thing. Keep that in mind. Houston Shelton made a video about me. I didn't even know who the hell he was. And he made a video about me. When I made one back, he got really scared, and now he don't really make videos. Look at Time is Honey. That's another channel. Another asshole. Now, he was a real clown, Time is Honey. I think he might have deleted this channel. Time is Honey was like this fake veteran beekeeper. He was over there on Bob Walker's channel. They were all doing a circle jerk every week on lives. Yeah, ran his ass off. Yeah, so yeah, there's other clowns. Most of them I ran off. And even this Fitbit beekeeping. A little while ago, she made a video pretty much sounded like she was getting off of YouTube. Like she said she was going to go back to being a nurse. She's not going to do these videos anymore. And she didn't even know how to quit correctly because now she's just making videos, just firing them out. So it's pretty bad when you don't even know how to quit correctly. Let me see. What do I think of AI repost bee videos? Oh man, I don't know what you mean by AI. Oh, so you're talking about like so you want to talk about an AI channel? There's a channel called Inside the Hive TV with I don't know what the hell his name is. Spanish guy Juliano Bonaparte. I forget his name. Inside the Hive TV. His whole channel, all his videos are just AI videos and Chat GPT text. It's just the weirdest thing. He's some bee researcher. I've done many videos on his content. He'll like do a lot of clickbait, and we'll never talk about the thing he talked about ever again. So it's really weird. I can't stand that kind of content. I don't like watching AI stuff. I don't see too much AI bee videos, but Inside the Hive TV is totally an AI channel. Like, unless you see his face talking, and he's using words he doesn't even know what they mean or how to pronounce them. It's just strange. Nobody does that. Like, I can speak Spanish pretty good, but you would never hear me using a Spanish word that I don't even know how to say it or I don't know what it means. It's just really weird. Weird channel, weird person. Let me see. What is Richard Quinn saying? 3 hives going into winter, trying to get them through. Eastern Kentucky, lost my hives last January and February. Started over with swarm catch this year. Do I make wind blocks or insulate? I don't do wind blocks because I have some bees in some really windy spots, and I don't think wind is a bad thing as long as it's not blowing straight into the entrance. So all mine are like, wind isn't going to hit them flat on the side. Our wind here is almost always going from this way to that way, on my yard. It's always blowing in one direction. Sometimes it'll swirl around, but so all my hives are cocked sideways a little bit so that the wind hits them on the corner. I do that with all of them, and the wind I think is pretty good. Like, it's not a bad thing. You just don't want it blowing straight in their entrance. As far as do I insulate? I'm in Pennsylvania, so actually we probably get colder than you. And last year I didn't make it out to my 1 yard out in another town, and I just didn't make it there. And one lived and one died. I only had 2 there. They had no insulation under the lid, nowhere, no mouse guards, nothing. They just sat there. And one lived. They swarmed. I put in the other hive. They swarmed again. And that one survivor is like 4 colonies now. But in Kentucky, I'm thinking you could totally get away with just using some Reflectix under your lid. That's what I do now. I don't even do the big 2-inch thick insulation anymore. I used to be religious about that. I used to do that religiously, like every couple of years, cutting 100 pieces of that stuff. And it works okay, but it does break down. It's a pain to store. It's a pain to like sort, and the bees do chew it. And yeah, it's just totally unnecessary. It's kind of expensive too. So if you only have 3 hives, you'd be better off getting a roll of Reflectix at Lowe's. It's like $20. It's that silvery bubble tape or bubble paper, or it's like bubble wrap, but it's silver. And it works fine. I used it last year and I'm using it this year. Pete's getting the kids to bed. That's cool. Did you miss something? Well, I don't know. I only remember what I said 5 minutes ago. There used to be a good one for laugh. That one guy thinking he'd be the best mentor ever. but his mentor would never be able to ask questions. Man, what the heck is that one? The one guy thinking he'd be the best mentor ever. Damn, I forget who that one is. I don't know who that one is. Yeah, but Hillbilly, Hillbilly and his peppermint. He just, I mean, he did put some kind of video out. It's just all text and just weird. Just weird. I don't know, man. Let me see what Pete say here. Beefit supposedly is how-to beekeeping videos, giving out horrible. I don't know. It's bad. Like I've said before, I don't hate these people. They're just terrible. You know, when you're that good at like filming, editing, like, and you got a good, I guess, an okay personality, probably. But why would you use all that to just make such misleading, terrible videos? Like, why would you lie and make it look like you have a tractor trailer full of bees coming in from almonds or going out? And then why would you give so many lessons and then not even know what to do with some comb under your lid? Like, those lids are weird because those are pollination beekeeper lids. Those are just slapped together in somebody's barn. I don't know. It's just strange. So the AI videos, some of those AI videos mix in wasp larvae. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe my algorithm is different, but I did unsubscribe from quite a few channels that were just really like overdoing it. Like, they're so hooked on being like famous on YouTube that they're just really pumping out shit every day. Like, too much. I know a lot of my videos are crap, but I try to put a little bit of something into them. There's no acting in my videos. Like, I'm not acting. Definitely not faking nothing. So Adrian said our wind was pretty terrible in Central Oregon. Not a lot of trees to stop it. Yeah, so out here, our wind's probably nothing like that, but I am next to farmland, and the farmland is just miles of nothing. And by the winter time, there's nothing in the field. It's just empty. It might have like a cover crop that's only an inch tall, but basically there's nothing stopping it here. And it does blow some hives over. I actually had one blown over the other day, but it was a really light, tall nuke. And luckily the bees stayed in there. So yeah, I forgot about that. If you're in that's one bad thing about wind. It can blow your hive over. And I know that colonies can survive when they're blown over. I know that they can, but I don't know if I've ever had one live that got blown over. I've had a couple blown over like 2-3 times. I just couldn't. They'd be strapped and have big heavy stuff on them. Wind would still blow them over. But it usually kills them, in my experience. Hives face away from the wind. All right, that's good. Oh, cool. What other beekeeping gadgets have I abandoned? Well, man. I mean, I have my hive tool. I have my smoker. I used to wrap them, with those bee cozies. I had the freaking the styrofoam under the top. I pretty much don't use inner covers too much. I really like the like feed bags. They're that really, really tough, like nylon type stuff, I guess it is. The bees just can't chew that, man. They just don't chew it. You cut it perfectly and put it on correctly. They're just not going to chew it. And that really is so much better than having a new piece of equipment, like a new inner cover, like another inner cover to store when you can just have a piece of whatever that stuff is. A badass piece. It was baddest, then it's badass. Friggin' John. I tried to get him to come back on YouTube, commenting on his videos, and he ain't doing shit. He's a freaking bum. Let him do something. I think I felt it was best to not do insulation. But cold winter keeping. So yeah, so I would agree with that. Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. Like, and I always hear people say that, oh, when it's warm, oh, suddenly the bees are going to do all this stuff and eat all their food, and they do all this, and that's true sometimes. There's a certain perfect temperature. Like, that's why these Canadians they set their temperature to, like, I don't know what it is, like 40 or something, or 38 or something like that. Because yeah, if it's too warm, yeah, they might eat some. But if it's too cold, they could freeze. But I do find that my best winter ever, when nothing died, we were really cold. We were negative 21 degrees. I'm gonna say that all the time. They all lived. Shocked the shit out of me. I hope they never all live again. But yeah, sometimes the warm winters aren't good. But there's always enough bees. I always have enough to live. But I really don't agree with a lot of the people that say that just if it's warm, it's bad, because what are they using their energy for? To produce heat. If they don't have to produce heat, then that's just less stuff they have to eat. So there's a happy medium somewhere. But I guess people just haven't figured it out in, I don't know, 400 years. Oh, yeah. So Sircan says, Beefy Lady does seem more clickbait. Yeah, it's all clickbait. Like, it's just, and it's funny. A lot of the titles and the thumbnail, the words in the thumbnail have nothing to do within the video. What's in the video? It's like, here's your top 5 ways to do something, and they just don't really talk about that. Not that I would care anyway. Oh, my cat's meowing out there. I don't know if I can let her in real quick. I have insulated and non-insulated hives. Nothing stands out as better in spring. Yeah, like where I'm at in Pennsylvania, our winters can be like mild or pretty bad. Like we're right in the middle where we can't really say, oh, we get really cold like Vermont or Canada, or we don't really have a winter like Georgia. And yeah, so I agree with that too. Once you have bees that survive without something, well, why keep doing it? Have I ever kept bees inside for winter? No, I haven't, but I would like to do that. Someday I'm going to do that because I got a little house. It's a little thing, and I could definitely have a lot of observation hives in the walls here. Like I could just have. That would be cool. At least I know I meant to do it in my bee barn this past year, just to put some plywood over the studs, close it up, and then drill a hole on the outside. Just let some bees move in, but I never did get around to doing that. All right. So if nobody wants to come in and say anything, hold on. Let me quickly let my cat in because she's getting on my nerves. Okay, I'm back. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. What if you had like 50 hives in your wall, and they're all producing heat, and you just got free heat. Now you just live in a house that's like bee heated. Oh man, that would be funny. Like, what kind of heat you have? You have gas, electric, bees. I got bee heat. All right. Well, it went an hour and 4 minutes, and this was a pretty good live. I don't get hundreds of people in here, but I definitely had my good ones in here. I'll get out of here, and I'll try to, I'm going to start carrying like a little notepad around so I can just write down everything so that when I do finally get on here, I don't like totally blank out. Let me grab this stupid cat. Come here, bad cat. What are you doing? Here, look up there. That's wait, gotta go this way. Bad cat. Look, no, don't look at me. Look at this. There's my bad cat. Trying to get in trouble. Yeah, and then I have plexiglass on the inside. Yeah, so I could watch them. All I need is like maybe have like a flow frame too, so that like if I need some honey, I just like comes out of like a little thing. What's up, Kit Kat? What's up there? Hey, look over here. She's like making that purring sound loud. Sound like, what are you making all that noise? All right. I don't want to drag out too much. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. Don't forget to hit my thumbs up. Go over to BeFit Beekeeping and just say, hey, you gonna reply to my comments or what? Like, what are we doing here? They'll be over here. Who knows? Watching this. What's up there, Casey or whatever the hell the girl's name is. All right, I'm out of here. Take it easy.